We are starting off with some breaking news as Big E is set to officially announce his retirement on the debut episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. The 38-year-old former WWE champion has been out of action for over 2.5 years following a devastating neck injury in March 2022. Reports from Wade Keller and other outlets suggest that the episode will include an emotional segment where Big E opens up about his medical condition. During this segment, he is expected to announce that he has not been medically cleared to return to the ring. However, the scene is rumored to take a shocking twist when fellow New Day members Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods launch a surprise attack on Big E, leading to a dramatic conclusion where he is stretchered out to an ambulance. While the announcement may seem final, the WWE Universe knows better than to count out anyone for good. Stars like Adam Copeland, formerly Edge, Bryan Danielson, formerly Daniel Bryan, and even Stone Cold Steve Austin have defied the odds to make triumphant comebacks after career-threatening injuries. Big E could one day follow in their footsteps if he's medically cleared. In the meantime, Big E won't be disappearing from WWE television. The fan favorite will transition into a new role as the host of Monday Night Raw Classics on Netflix. The streaming giant has big plans for WWE content, and Big E's involvement ensures his continued presence in the spotlight. Recently, during an interview with Adrian Hernandez on Unlikely, Big E spoke candidly about his life post-injury and the possibility of retirement. He shared an inspiring perspective. "Instead of focusing on all the things that are lost or the things I can't do or not being in the ring anymore, I focus on the things that I do have. I'm so blessed, I'm so fortunate. One, I'm not in pain, I move around well, I'm in the gym, I live a great life. You don't have to pity me, you don't have to feel bad for me at all. I've got so many incredible things." Big E also expressed gratitude for the unwavering support from WWE fans, even after more than a year of being out of the ring, and emphasized that he has no regrets about his journey. What do you think about WWE's decision to announce Big E's retirement in this dramatic fashion? Should they have handled it differently or waited longer? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, Becky Lynch may have been absent from WWE television for months, but she just sent shockwaves through the wrestling world with a surprise appearance in Netflix's latest ad for WWE Raw. The commercial, which debuted during Netflix's NFL Christmas Game Day coverage, unveiled the star-studded lineup for Raw's January 6th premiere on the platform, and Lynch's unexpected inclusion has had fans buzzing. The ad spotlighted some of WWE's biggest names, including Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Rey Mysterio, Liv Morgan, Jey Uso, Bayley, Naomi, and Gunther. However, Lynch's appearance was the ultimate twist. Off-screen since May 27th due to her free agency status, the multi-time women's champion has reportedly been developing a revamped character, sparking anticipation for her return. Rumors suggest that Lynch might leave behind her iconic The Man persona to embrace an entirely new direction, a move aligned with her desire to evolve and deepen her connection with fans. Adding fuel to the speculation, Lynch was also spotted representing WWE at a Netflix media event, signaling that her return could be just around the corner. What's your take on Becky Lynch's surprise ad appearance? Are you looking forward to her potential character evolution? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes has looked dominant in his title run so far, but he reportedly could be in for some adversity soon. According to a recent report from WrestleVotes, Rhodes is expected to lose his title at some point in 2025, depending on the company's creative plans. There reportedly isn't yet an exact date for Rhodes to drop the belt, but WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas on April 19th through 20th is being eyed as a potential turning point. To make things even more exciting, WWE is reportedly eyeing a star-studded list of potential opponents for Rhodes in Sin City, including CM Punk, Roman Reigns, John Cena, and even The Rock. Punk in particular is reportedly a superstar the company wants to be involved in one of the two world title matches at WrestleMania 41. Also, WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque and other top brass are reportedly very high on Drew McIntyre as the successor to Rhodes' reign. What do you think? Who is the right candidate to dethrone Cody Rhodes? Sound off in the comments below. AEW news now, as the final stages of this year's Continental Classic have been playing out over the past couple of weeks of AEW programming. Despite being pegged as a potential winner of the tournament early on, Will Ospreay suffered multiple setbacks with consecutive losses to Darby Allin and Ricochet last week. On the other hand, Big Bad Brody King bounced back from his defeat at the hands of the one and only, and from his loss to Claudio Castagnoli before that, with a win over Komander on Rampage Holiday Bash. The aerial assassin took on House of Black's 285-pound powerhouse in C2 Gold League action at the Hammerstein Ballroom on AEW Dynamite on 34th Street. The match offered a unique clash of styles as Brody utilized his unbelievable strength and speed to ground and counter Ospreay's high-flying offense. However, the Englishman persisted and brought the fight to King, drawing from his bag of tricks and even hitting him with a styles clash. The Commonwealth Kingpin finally emerged victorious against King after planting him with a Stormbreaker. He earned 3 more points in the process, bringing his total to 9. However, with only 6 points to his name, Brody's Continental Classic journey this year could be over. Now, Ricochet added another milestone to his AEW journey, stepping into the ring for a first-time encounter with Darby Allin in what would be the final C2 match for both men. The AEW crowd made their feelings known, showering Ricochet with jeers as he made his entrance. As we reported last week, fans in the crowd aimed rolls of toilet paper at the human highlight reel again in a display of disrespect during his entrance and even after the match started. Despite the hostile reception, Ricochet dominated the match, heading into the break, showing no signs of being rattled by the negativity. Allin, as always, fought from the underdog position, but this time the size disparity wasn't as significant as in his usual bouts. It wasn't the typical David versus Goliath dynamic, giving the match a more level playing field. For only the second time in the tournament, the 20-minute time limit became a factor. Had Allin emerged victorious, the Gold League standings would have ended in a 4-way tie between Ricochet, Allin, Will Ospreay, and Claudio Castagnoli. Ricochet's victory, earning him 1 crucial point, secured his spot in the Gold League Finals. As Allin made his exit, he took a moment to offer some words of advice to Komander before he headed to the ring. As is typical when the Swiss Superman battles a luchador, the contest followed a familiar pattern. Castagnoli dominated with his raw power, tossing Komander around the ring, while Komander relied on his high-flying ability to create openings. In a shocking turn of events, Komander secured one of the biggest victories of his career, earning the only 3 points he would accumulate in the C2. However, he used brass knuckles concealed under the ring, delivering a sneaky advantage for the win. Immediately after the match, the Death Riders attacked Komander, with Jay White and Orange Cassidy attempting to intervene. Their efforts were swiftly thwarted by Jon Moxley, who took them both out. However, the chaos escalated when Moxley's rivals, Cassidy, White, and Hangman Adam Page, stormed the ring, turning their aggression towards the self-proclaimed purveyor of violence. After Moxley retreated, the trio stood face-to-face around the briefcase holding the AEW World Championship, each preventing the others from seizing it. Before Dynamite went off the air, Moxley delivered a fiery message to his opponents, declaring that the AEW World Championship isn't a prize for the weak. Concluding his intense promo, he emphatically proclaimed himself the only king of AEW, leaving fans buzzing ahead of the pay-per-view. As the countdown to World's End begins, all eyes are on this epic showdown. Who will emerge as AEW World Champion to close out 2024? The stakes couldn't be higher. Back to WWE now, as Carl Anderson has delivered disappointing news for WWE fans, as he will officially be sidelined and not participating in WrestleMania 41. Speaking on the latest episode of the Talkin' Shop podcast alongside Luke Gallows, Anderson shared that he's facing an extended recovery of at least 6 to 7 months after undergoing surgery for a torn rotator cuff and torn labrum. The injury, a new one rather than an aggravation of a previous issue, marks a significant setback. While Anderson is making steady progress, the road to recovery remains long and challenging. Anderson's last in-ring appearance was during a dark match before the October 1st episode of WWE NXT, where he and Gallows teamed up in a losing effort against Hank and Tank. His final televised bout also saw him fall to the same team on the September 24th edition of NXT. With Anderson out of action, questions swirl around the future of the Good Brothers. Can Anderson and Gallows regroup and return stronger, or is this an obstacle that could shift their trajectory in WWE? Fans will have to wait and see how this chapter unfolds for the veteran duo. The partnership between WWE and Pro Wrestling Noah continues to thrive and will be showcased during the highly anticipated New Year's show on January 1st, 2025. However, it seems Noah may have unintentionally revealed the identity of a mystery WWE star set to appear at the event. The New Year's show will take place at the iconic Nippon Budokan in Tokyo, Japan, and one of the marquee matches will feature Takashi Shiguria and Naomichi Marufuji defending their GHC Heavyweight Tag Team Championships against Jack Morris and a yet-to-be-revealed Wrestler X. Pro Wrestling Noah sparked discussion after briefly displaying WWE superstar Omos's profile on their website before quickly removing it. This slip-up has fueled rumors that Omos could be Morris's partner for the championship clash. In addition to this potential surprise, Shinsuke Nakamura is also confirmed for the event. He will take on Ulka Sasaki in a singles match, ensuring WWE's presence on the card. Omos has been largely absent from WWE programming since competing in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal back in April, leaving fans eager to see him take on a more prominent role. A high-profile appearance at Pro Wrestling Noah could serve as the perfect opportunity to revitalize his career. While nothing has been officially confirmed, fans are hopeful to see Omos step back into the ring as Jack Morris's partner on January 1st. Do you think Omos will make his Pro Wrestling Noah debut at the New Year's show? Share your thoughts below. During Dynamite, Renee Paquette conducted a backstage interview with Swerve Strickland. Reflecting on his 2024, Swerve acknowledged both his triumphs, such as his celebrated AEW World Championship reign, and his recent setbacks, including losses to Hangman Page and Bobby Lashley. Despite these challenges, Strickland made it clear that he was focused on bouncing back in 2025. The interview took an unexpected turn when Ricochet interrupted Strickland, fresh off his draw against Darby Allin in the Continental Classic. This tie earned Ricochet a spot at World's End 2024. Ricochet boldly declared his intent to accomplish what Strickland fell short of achieving last year. Strickland, while supportive of Ricochet's potential success, believing it would benefit AEW, also issued a stern warning, urging Ricochet not to squander the opportunity. In a final, ominous remark, Strickland vowed to embarrass Ricochet if he failed to live up to the hype. As Ricochet left, he fired a parting shot at Strickland, hinting that the two may be heading toward a heated rivalry. With tensions rising, it looks like a feud between the two AEW stars could be on the horizon. What's your take on this brewing feud? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Next up, Kazuchika Okada and Shelton Benjamin began their C2 Blue League match with a cautious handshake before locking up. Unlike the fast-paced action of the previous bouts, this one started slower, with both competitors taking their time. Known for his deliberate style, Okada's pacing seemed even slower than usual. Once the intensity increased, the match turned into a hard-hitting contest. Benjamin showcased his improved striking skills, which added an extra layer of competitiveness to the bout. After a thrilling exchange toward the end, Okada landed his signature Rainmaker for the pin, securing the win and guaranteeing himself in the semifinals. The action heated up on Dynamite when Toni Storm made her entrance for a match against Taya Valkyrie, who had Deonna Purrazzo by her side for backup. Valkyrie quickly seized control, looking to humiliate Storm as Purrazzo, Storm's former best friend, watched closely from ringside. The match, which continued through a commercial break, didn't last long after returning to action. Storm managed to pull off a surprise victory with an inside cradle, catching Valkyrie off guard for the pin. While the match was decent, it didn't quite live up to the high expectations set by the reputations of both women. A few extra minutes of action may have made a difference in elevating the contest. What do you think about Toni Storm and her booking thus far? Sound off in the comments below. The main event of this week's show was also the final match of the C2 Blue League, with Kyle Fletcher taking on Daniel Garcia. Both of these guys are at similar points in their careers and have similar levels of experience, so even though Fletcher had a noticeable size advantage, it felt like a pretty even matchup. This was a fun and physical bout that made Garcia look like a tough underdog against Fletcher's more dominant character. After a hard-fought battle, Fletcher picked up the victory with a brainbuster on the top turnbuckle. Will Ospreay came out to confront his former friend and future opponent in the semifinals at World's End on Saturday. If Garcia had won, he would have forced a three-way tie with Fletcher and Mark Briscoe. It would have been an interesting way to end the Blue League, but what do you think about this match? Do you think the right guy won? Sound off in the comments below. AEW made a smart move with this week's show, understanding that the holiday season would likely result in a smaller audience. Instead of overloading the episode with last-minute storylines, they opted for a solid lineup of matches. While most of the matches were enjoyable, Ospreay and King delivered the standout performance of the night, edging out the competition by a slight margin. With World's End boasting an impressive card, AEW has the chance to cap off 2024 on a high note. However, the success of the event will depend on making the right booking choices as it unfolds. What did you think about this week's AEW Dynamite? Sound off in the comments below. And we're ending with AEW as Kenny Omega, one of AEW's leading stars and a former world champion, is set to make his return to action next year. The 41-year-old recently responded to some trash talk from his opponent for their upcoming match. Omega revealed last month during NJPW Power Struggle that he would make his comeback after a lengthy health-related hiatus, facing an up-and-coming New Japan wrestler at Wrestle Dynasty 2025. The altercation between Omega and Gabe Kidd led to the announcement that Kidd, the reigning strong openweight champion, would be Omega's opponent at the cross-promotional event. Kidd stirred the pot with harsh criticism of AEW and Tony Khan in a recent interview, which only added more fuel to the fire for his upcoming showdown with Omega. In response, the former AEW World Champion shared how Kidd's actions, along with others like him, motivated his return after recovering from a potentially career-ending diverticulitis infection. When I thought my time was finally over, I saw a brilliant light, and like a phoenix, I was reborn from the flames. And I thought, why must I continue? It's because of you and people like you who destroyed the beauty I created. You're weak. You're riding on a legacy of what I created. Omega further taunted Kidd, saying, "You've managed to create a group of sheep around you. You think they agree with you, that they support you? What those fans really want to see is strength. So let's see how strong you are. Let's see that spirit that you like to talk about so much, because I just don't see it in you. I've given you an opportunity on a platter. Are you scared? Do you want to run away? Don't worry, Gabe. If you can't handle the pressure, I'm sure there's room back on the psych ward." It'll be interesting to see whether Omega can secure victory in his return to NJPW at Wrestle Dynasty. What do you think of this rivalry? Share your thoughts in the comments below.